Hot, real hot, real hot. I figured it would probably be a good idea to do a quick little live update. Well, I got a few minutes of kind of what necessitated pulling in instead of staying out at sea, and it was really uh, it's a couple different factors more than anything, but in the end, it was all about safety. Not so much from a weather standpoint, because even though there's some testy stuff coming up and it's going to head offshore tonight, I would have probably been able to make it to the southern edge of that, which is what I was sort of intending, and then cutting out in the stream. But one of the issues that I was sort of coming into was a level of exhaustion that I've really only felt a couple of times out there, out at sea. And when I kind of look back on it now, after my brain, because by the time I got in here to Charleston, like my brain, I could barely hold a conversation. It was pretty obvious that I needed some serious rest, and yeah, essentially, it was all the days leading up to going out there that I think I was so exhausted. I mean, it was one thing being up there at TJ's, obviously having to wait, but I was able to sleep and everything when I was there. It was when I left and then the engine broke down, started overheating, and I was anchored, somewhere around the Pamlico River, trying for a couple of days to fix these issues. And it was so cold, and I was just up there essentially losing my mind trying to figure out this, feeling really, really stuck. And so I definitely was not sleeping much at all. What's up, Thomas Murphy? And then you get everything fixed. I motored on down a little ways, and then anchored for one more night where, again, there was just zero sleep. I got in late, and I was anchored in a decent spot, but the currents and everything switching necessitated me to be up for a good while to make sure we swung fine and all that sort of stuff. So essentially, didn't get any sleep so we're going on like 3-4 days of very minimal sleep with maximum levels of stress. The engine thing really stressed me out because, it's one thing when you're offshore and you don't have an engine, doesn't really matter too much. Totally other thing when you're trying to get the 60 miles or so down the river, plus knowing that I got to pull the boat in no matter what by the end of February somewhere. Those were sort of some of the contributing factors to that. And so in any event, by the time I did get out there, even though the winds and everything was perfect to do this run south, and I was hoping to get all the way down to like Savannah, that kind of area, to then cross over the stream. Well, and I know that when you sail from Morehead City and you're headed towards Charleston and you're inside the Gulf Stream, there's going to be a lot of traffic. And I think I would have been okay had I been pretty rested up before I went. But unfortunately, by the time the sun came up after the first night, and I had barely slept again, going on day 5, I think, I looked at the weather and I was like, we might make it down there, but it's going to take me another night and I'm not going to be able to sleep because now I'm going past Savannah, which is super packed, Charleston, and, headed towards Jacksonville. Just a freaking beehive of activities with all these ships and stuff. And that's when it sort of came into mind of like just safety of, hey, if you have the option to pull in, the weather was good for it. it got a little sporty out there. I don't know if anybody listens to the podcast, but I hit 15 knots surfing a wave. we were testing the new sails. You know, we had to really juice it up. But yeah, it just was one of those factors where I was like, yeah, I could do it, but is there really a reason to risk it? And just to be able to get out there now instead of and to just kind of stick with my initial game plan. You know, there's a lot of times when I am putting out all this information and my plans and everything on the podcast and in videos or whatever, I kind of feel like a bit of responsibility comes with that to actually then carry out those plans. I like to do what I say I'm gonna do, and but you know, again, safety's gonna trump everything when we're dealing with like offshore stuff. Oh, bacon. Oh, oh. So good. I got hash browns, bacon, and eggs. Oh, this is going to be a good one. In any event, pulling into Charleston, I did finally got in, hit up the dock. I have some absolutely phenomenal supporters out there. Obviously, I can't afford to stay in a freaking safe harbor marina, fancy dock sort of thing in a place like Charleston. But through a lot of support, people have helped out with that, which is absolutely amazing. It makes me feel so much gratitude, and it also makes me want to keep kind of updating the adventures and stuff. But yeah, essentially that was the issue. And like I said, yeah, when I got here, I was absolutely just wrecked, collapsed in the bunk. I don't know if it's just I'm not 25 anymore, or no, I shouldn't say that, because I sailed around the world when I was 38. I'm not 38 anymore. And I don't know, just one of those things where you got to make the right decisions, because I want to continue to be able to do this for quite some time to come. And that's sort of the game plan. But you're warmer, and that's a win. I am warmer. It's so good. Good decision to stop rest at Connecticut. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it. Cheers from Florida. Florida, that's where I want to go. So that before I dive into this food and stuff, which I'm not going to put you guys through, obviously, the game plan. I have a friend coming down who is going to gain a little bit of offshore experience. He's a fellow West Sail owner that I've known for years now, and we're hoping to look at the weather. There might be a nice 5-6 day window coming up before a monster gale comes off the coast. So we're hoping maybe we can get the boat down towards the Bahamas, Florida, that sort of area. So I'm going to head out. Hopefully we're heading out either tomorrow or maybe on Wednesday. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It'll be interesting. It'll be nice to have a second person there if we have to hug the coast for a bit. But yeah, the game plan will be to post up the boat in Florida. I have some speaking stuff I have to do in March, and I'm hoping to actually get some speaking stuff down in Florida at the tail end of the winter, you know, sometime around like April, end of March, beginning of April, that sort of stuff. But we'll see. I'm going to kind of update things as they go. We're still sorting out some sort of a little private dock or something, hopefully. Fingers crossed we get that. But in any event, I hope everybody has a wonderful, happy New Year, safe, make good decisions, or not, I don't know. That one's kind of tough. But yeah, thanks again for all the huge support. And yeah, it was fun making sort of these videos. The last one I put up was more informational, which I think is definitely more my style. So I'm going to try and continue doing that the whole time we're out here on different areas of sailing offshore and sailing a West Sail 32. So everybody take care. Have a great day. I am about to dive into this. It's going to be so good. Oh, my American boatman. Irish in Perth here. Oh, nice. All the way down. Jim Ogden, I'll be here until April. Nice. Oh, man. If I didn't have hot eggs here waiting for me, I would keep just going through all these. But maybe we'll do another live stream when the game plan comes up. Oh, bacon. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.